Welcome to Takshashila Gurukul channel. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please subscribe immediately, press the bell button and write your comments and feedback. Share with your friends as much as possible. We provide online Kundalini Raja Yoga initiation and Kundali activation in 6 months.
15. Hata-Raja Yoga instruction, Hambalizutiha Shanmukhange Divan Gambara taught the Sritimata, Vembavol Samkhepadali Hata-Raja Yogavanu, or Shanmukham. I will now happily teach you Hata-Raja Yoga in brief according to the Sritimata. This is the means of attaining liberation. Listen attentively. By this great yoga, the senses are controlled and the cycle of birth and death is burned. The sages Agastya Kashyapa achieved this yoga. By this, various illusions, all sins, doubts, smells, lustful anger, and all suffering are destroyed. By Hatha Yoga, one conquers Karana, and by Hatha Raja Yoga, one attains true happiness by controlling the mind. Then the yogis he knows will be strong, both the Hatha and Raja yogis. Both the Bhogamokshas will be truly accomplished for him. 4. The one who has attained this yoga, the Supreme Brahman himself, is the witness of all the medals, which is the Kamadhenu for the yogis. This is not just Hatha Yoga. It is not just Raja Yoga. It is necessary to tell the glory of this Udham Yoga, which is one and the same. 7. Details of Shanmudras. As mentioned earlier in Hatha Yoga, one should sit on a seat, inhale the prana air, and hold 6 types of mudras without moving around. My son, the 2 ear holes, the 2 nose holes, and the 2 eye holes. Holding these 6 holes tightly and restraining the prana air at a distance of 6 fingers without letting it loose is called Shanmukha Mudra. If the air is sucked in this way and performed Kumbhaka, the yogi will make Mayahara shine by himself. The yogi, who looks into the distance and sees the lotus of the heart, sees various lights and all the tricks of the mind disappear in that great dawn. If he learns the secret mantra taught by his guru and practices yoga regularly, knowing the key of the Guru's words, the yogi will shine like a jewel. Gradually, continuing this method every day without giving up, he will lose his body and experience the happiness of self-light in his heart. By performing Kumbhaka, the solution to all sorrows, the light of the Chidrasa, will fade away. Thus the sages will rejoice in the joy of knowledge and bliss. When Kumbhaka Yoga matures, the light of the self will shine in the body and the bliss of non-difference will become apparent. Day by day, by this yoga practice, the body flies away, the body is forgotten, that is, the mind of the body is destroyed and he becomes absorbed in the inner sound points. The sound of a bell is announced in the ear, and the sound of a Brahma is heard in the aperture. The fruit of Kumbhaka Yoga, he shines by himself with the power of Hatha Yoga. He forgets the distinction between inside and outside. The trade of the 10 senses becomes sluggish. The feeling of hostility disappears in him. The tongues of bliss appear from his eyes. The desires of lust and lust are destroyed in him. The body and the smell of the world burn. Such a yogi has no fear of rebirth. The forest of sins burns to ashes. He becomes indifferent to the trade of the external senses. He abandons the subject matter and takes up the subject matter. The darkness of the tree is scattered in the light of the soul. The fruit of this Kumbhaka Yoga is neither Raja Yoga nor Hatha Yoga. When this yogi blinks his eyes, Venus falls like flowers and the rays of the sun become dull before the light of his eyes. When he looks, all the countries, towns and villages appear as images of light. The fear of birth and death is destroyed by the power of yoga. Even if the mind of the yogi performs Hata-Raja Kumbhaka, is disturbed, he finds himself there, like a sail in the ocean. Because he is filled with bliss inside and out. 22. Explanation of the heart lotus. O child, even after reading many scriptures, doubts plague the mind. Believe that all the experiences and words I tell you are true. The heart lotus shines with 8 pure petals on the space between the navel and the body. Knowing this, he will lose the foundation of pride, eliminate all odors and become free. This lotus is downward facing and shines. The entire body is delighted by its light. In the heart lotus, the Supreme Soul forgets its own self due to the concealment of its qualities and feels itself as life. Having crossed the petals of the heart lotus, the soul enters the middle and feels itself as the Supreme Soul. This heart canal is the abode of the Linga body, the abode of life, the supreme house of Hara in the middle of the lotus. The silver mountain of Sudhakale, here the gods of life reside together. Ashtadalagati, the chariot of life, mind, revolves on the 8 petals of the heart lotus. See the direction and qualities of the petals in the picture below. 7 north northwest 6 * 8 northeast west 5 southwest 4 2 southeast 3 south. Description of the heart lotus, the Anahata chakra in the middle of the body. 1. Devotion in the east. 2. Hunger and thirst in the southeast. 3. Anger in the south. 4. Sinful mind in the southwest. 5. Leisure in the west. 6. Attention in the northwest. 7. Fasting in the north. 8. Accumulation of wealth and grain in the northeast. Note: symbols of directions in the body. The front of the body is east, the back is west, the right side is south, and the left side is north. The soul becomes happy and peaceful when it treads the eastern side. As long as it is on that side, devotion, knowledge, and contentment remain in the mind. Next, when the soul reaches the Agoya region, the mind is filled with hunger and thirst, sleeplessness and dull intellect. When the soul reaches the south region, the mind is filled with anger, cruelty, violence and hatred. When it hovers over the southwest region, sinful thoughts such as stealing and stealing other things arise. When the soul reaches the west region, it plays games like a child with fun. When the swan hovers over the northwest region, the desire to focus elsewhere arises, and he turns around like a dancer. As soon as the soul reaches the north region, the desire for incense, flowers, clothes and ornaments and sports arises. When the swan resides in the northeast region, the desire for wealth, grains and perfumes, gems and clothes arises. 35. When the swan, having left the 8 petals, enters the lotus of the heart, there arises detachment from worldly affairs and liberation from worldly pleasures. When the soul is in the lotus, it becomes aware that it is the witness of the 3 states. O son, if the soul, having understood what I am saying, does not turn away and considers the small petals as its seat, it will become alert and will be bound by various material and contact pleasures. When the soul, having placed its feet on the golden shaded stamens growing on the lotus bud, it will become drowsy and will experience sensual pleasures. The life on the lotus bed is digested, it falls into a deep sleep and, forgetting this day and without any news from outside, without knowing the identity of the thief who stole, he lies down like a wild boar. This is sleep. The state of emergency, if the life deviates from the path of the heart lotus and rises, with courage, and stands up, the state of the 3 intelligences is destroyed and the 5 winds and 10 senses lose their vital energy and perish. This is the state of emergency, O Kartike. The life should not be allowed to stand on the heart lotus and should be raised up. If he sits on the path of the lotus, he will not escape bondage. This is the benefit of Hatha-Raja Yoga. By performing Rajahata Kumbhaka, the life transcends the qualities of the heart lotus and becomes the Supreme Soul and becomes the bliss of liberation. The yogi should throw it to the gods, goddesses, of all times as a supreme deity. 44. The process of releasing the heart lotus, liberation from the path of petals, Sadgati, the yogi, with concentration, releases his goal from the heart lotus, abandoning the arrogance of the path of petals and becoming the truly pure Supreme Soul. Only if the gaze of life is inward will it be happy as Parabrahman. If instead of looking at the center of the heart lotus, it is outward, life will behave like an actor with many disguises. The yogi who can leave the matter of the heart lotus, which is down, and rise up and sing, without having the heart lotus in the sky, becomes the Paramatma. The heart lotus is the house of vision, the vision is upward, Brahma is the dwelling place. Being down, he thinks of himself as a worldly being. If the gaze is inanimate, the qualities of the heart lotus are lost. Then Brahma, the witness to all samsara and the eternal soul, will be there. The heart lotus will rise up and become itself, and the life will attain the speed of being. In this state, life finds happiness in harmony with illusion. Listen, wise one, the practice of yoga leads to the realization of pure Brahman, which is the unsurpassed. In this way, when one abandons the qualities of the heart and abandons delusion, the Guru and the Devas worship the Supreme Being in the heart, which is called the worship of the qualities. Being in the harmonious state of being, the qualities of Brahman itself is the unsurpassed. If one sets one's aim at the nostrils from the heart, and then crosses the six-wheeled wheel and goes to the tip of the Sahasrara, one experiences the unsurpassed and unsurpassed states. In the heart itself, which is the house of vision, the yogi experiences the Chidhayalu, Niralimbanu, chapter 10. 51. The lotus of the heart has two faces, the knowledges, 1. He who sees life through the outward downward gaze, and 2. He who sees Brahman through the inward gaze, and becomes the indestructible soul, is happy. The second is called the knowledge-oriented and the first is called the knowledge-oriented. To become knowledge-oriented, the heart must know itself to be Shiva, and to become knowledge-oriented, it must forget itself and see life. O Siddha, do not make the heart knowledge-oriented and destroy life. Because the truth is that you are the Supreme Brahman. Although you are the Supreme in the heart, you see life through the power of ignorance. Therefore, destroy the defects of the heart and enter the inner realm of consciousness. Then life will shine with the brilliance of a billion suns. Know this to be pure Raja Yoga. To practice this with the bondage of air is called Hata-Raja Yoga. This is the doctrine of the sages. This yoga should not be practiced without the guidance of a guru. He who thinks that he will achieve this by reading a mere scripture without a guru will be in trouble. Therefore, my son, take refuge in a good guru and practice this. Brahma, Hari, Indra, the gods and sages will also perform great penance for the guru who knows yoga. 56. The key of yoga is in the guru. To open a locked door, one needs a key in one's hand. Similarly, the guru key is necessary to open the door of yoga. Therefore, the yoga-satisfied person should serve the guru with joy so that his inner being melts. When the guru shows his grace, he will know the key of yoga. What did he say in the scripture? He will say without the guru key. He who thinks that he will achieve yoga siddhi without a guru is deluded. My son, make me the guru. Achieve what you have asked for. There is no teacher equal to me in the three worlds. The act you performed earlier showed me myself. The key to yoga that you need is in me. 60. Details of penance, asana. Listen, my son, the insane suffer in life by being controlled by the passion of passion and by performing lustful deeds. They do not attain happiness without performing prescribed penance. I will first tell you the asana required for physical penance. There are a total of 84 asana. Among them, the swastika and padma siddhasanas are the most important. These are related to the sattva guna. Virasana and shurasana, both of which belong to the rajas guna. The remaining 79 asana belong to the tamo guna. Swastikasana is required for liberation, rajasasana for those who ascend to heaven, and tamasasana for severe penance. A person who has no attachment to his body is a master of extreme penance. He exposes his body to cold, dirt, and the sun, and even if his life passes away, there is no obstacle. The stubbornness of not giving up his penance until God comes and grants him a boon is called extreme penance. Sattvic penance is of three types. 1. Meditating on the Nirguna Brahman is the best. 2. Worshipping the Saguna Brahman with bhajipu is considered the middle one, and 3. Worshipping an object with interest is considered the lowest. Types of extreme penance: standing on one leg, with the face up, fixing the gaze on the deity he worships, he abhors the body day and night without fearing rain, wind, or sun. Putting the head down and raising the legs, he forgets the comfort of the body and remembers the deity he loves. Standing on tiptoes, with his head bowed without moving and his fingers touching the ground, he meditates on the idol in his heart, forgetting the touch of the body. He entangles his two legs in the trunk of a tree, hangs his head down, and meditates on the idol of the auspicious deity every day in the heart. He places his left hand and left foot on the ground, turns his right side towards the sky, and meditates on the idol of desire. He places his two heels and hands on the ground so that his back does not touch the ground, turns his stomach towards the sky, and holds the heels of his feet with both hands. He places his two hands on his head, simply stands in one place without moving, and even if dirt falls on his body and grows, he does not give up his intense penance. The blood and flesh in the body melt away, the mind is absorbed in the idol of its desire, and only prana remains in the body of the yogi. There are many types of such severe penances. If we keep mentioning them, it will be impossible to count them. Those who practice such severe penances should be considered ignorant. Although the glory of penance is immense, it is very difficult to make it complete and fruitful. It requires special food, vihara, and ashrams. At first, one should eat fruits once a day. After a few days, one should eat fruits once a month. After a few months, first green leaves and then dried leaves. After a few days, one should drink only water. One should also consume air. By practicing Hatha Yoga in this way, the sufferings of hunger and thirst disappear and one can forget the body and concentrate on God. Under the influence of such penance, the forest can burn and the sea can swell. In this way, the goddess, the worshipper of the yogi, will appear in person and fulfill his desires to complete the penance. 89. The demons and sages who performed severe penance were Shumbha, Nishumbha, Mahishasura, Andhakasura, Padma, Hiranyakashipu, Bhasmasura, Jalindhara, Tirakaka, Vidyujayana, Vidyunamale, Ravana, Mallasura, Gajasura, Vishwamitra, Daruva, Daksha, Bhaigu, Bhaga, Pasha, Markande, Arjuna, Romasha, Sanakadis, sons of Brahma's mind, Vashishya, Angirasa, Kapila, Shuka, Rishabha, Chipiga, Trinabindu, Dittatreya, etc. Vishwamitra created every heaven by his penance and gave it to King Trishanku. The demons Mahisha and Shumbha obtained boons that were rare in the world and suffered sorrow. The more such penance is done, the more harm there is to the soul, and the less benefit there is. Some yogis increase their lifespan by avoiding worldly pleasures. Hearing this, the son of a certain person said, they increase their lifespan until they reach the age of 1,000,000,000 Brahmas. The son asked his father in astonishment, "It seems to me that sages live for such a long time. One should understand this fact with one's mind." Sambhashiva explained the great lifespan of sages in this way: to preserve the state of creation and to reduce the burden of the earth, God himself incarnated in human form in the city of Dwarka as the enemy of devotees. Believe that I am that Krishna, who was very dear to the Pandavas. Arjuna's devotional relationship with Krishna. Arjuna had great affection for Krishna. Sometimes he would think of him as his son, and sometimes as the supreme Brahman. Sometimes he would joke with his friend's devotion. Sometimes he would fight with Krishna. Half of a morsel would be eaten and the other half would be thrown into Hari's mouth. Sometimes he praises. Sometimes he criticizes. Seeing this behavior of Arjuna, Lord Krishna laughs. Sometimes he holds Hari's hand, sometimes he pulls her by the leg. Sometimes he becomes a disciple and sees Krishna as a guru. Padmanabha is happy to see this. Lord Krishna's sharing, Muravari thought thus: no matter how much I tell Arjuna, devotion and knowledge will not arise in him due to my favor. I will now show him the long-lived body of Ramesha Muni, who destroyed Maya, and tell him not to be hurt by him. One day, Lord Krishna called Arjuna and said, "My friend, I am going to see Ramesha Muni. Will you come with me or will you stay here in Indraprasthapuram?" Partha said, "Krishna, how can I be here in your presence?" "Then go," said Achyuta. Taking Yudhishthira's permission, both of them went to the hermitage of the sage Romsha. The charioteer, Sri Krishna, brought the chariot to the hermitage of the sage and stopped it. 105. Description of the hermitage of the sage Romsha. In a forest surrounded by wild animals and fruit-bearing trees, with a terrifying sound of buzzing, there was the hermitage of the sage Romsha, who sat immovable like a mountain, had hair growing on his body. Hari said, "O Dhananjay, look, great souls are sitting for penance." Arjuna said, "O Parvatipati, where is that sage?" The mountain was visible, and Sri Hari said, "It is not a mountain, it is a hairy one, let us see the way." He got down from the chariot and both of them bowed down with affection, saying, "The sight of the Guru is extraordinary." Saying, "Today, on this auspicious day, one should not go to see the holy men empty-handed." Sri Krishna, holding his son, walked with fruits and flowers in his hands. Partha followed Hari. Hari was agreeing to be the source of 100 crores of unbroken light. That sage, who was shining like a mother of contentment, the summit of liberation, the spring of enlightenment, was shining like a lamp of eternal life. Hari himself entered inside. In that sage's body, more than 1,000,000,000 sun rays were shining as the radiance of the complete Brahman. Sri Krishna extinguished the flame because he was the undivided Brahma. Then the sage got up and, in a panic, asked, "What sin have I committed? Why has my penance been broken?" and his eyes were filled with anger. Then Indra, the cave dweller, and the forest dwellers who were in front of him burst into flames and flew away. When the sage shook his body, the earthen pot fell to the ground. The vines that grew on his body fell to the ground. The hair trembled in astonishment and became a source of thought. Why has the grace of the Guru been missed by me? Why has my happiness been drained? The sage sat up and thought. While the sage was thinking like this, Hari himself came forward, leaving Arjuna behind, and with reverence, he placed the flowers and fruits in his 4 hands at the sage's feet and bowed down. Then Arjuna also prostrated himself. With a sari on his body, a sparkling light in his eyes, a necklace of diamonds around his neck, and dangling earrings in his ears, Lord Krishna, to the sage alone, looked like the radiance of a billion suns. Krishna and Arjuna bowed down to the sage's feet for a long time. Who are you? Whom have you come to see in this dense forest? The sage asked, and with a gesture of his hand, he called Narhari closer and asked again, we are from the past. What is the present age? Where have you come from and for what? He said, Muraripu, in fear, pleaded, today has been auspicious for us. Our afflictions have been removed by the sight of the saint. We have come here with the desire to see your feet. This is the end of the Dwapara Yuga. This is my son, Arjuna is my sister's husband. His father is Panduraja. He has 5 sons. Among them, this is the middle one. I was born in the Yadu dynasty. My father is Vasudeva. They call me Krishna. Today, by seeing you, our sins have been washed away. We have become pure. Sri Krishna bowed down to the ground, praising the sage again as follows. 1 to 1, O Supreme One, O True Guru, O All-Witness, O Sangha, O Destroyer of Illusion, O Ocean of Mercy, O Lord of Men, we are fortunate to have seen you today, said Muravai, bowing down to him. The hairy sages said, Aya, get up. Your story has come to light. Tomorrow, in the Kali Yuga that is coming, you will incarnate and come to the earth. The share of protecting Dharma throughout the ages is reserved for you. You are the Supreme Being, the embodiment of auspiciousness, you are the Supreme Brahman. You alone can know your glory, no one else can. Because, those who know you remain in your undivided form. O Lord of the world, to whom are you a brother? Who is your son? Do you have the relationship of the son? You are free from worldly and Vedic praises and associations. You, the beloved of devotees, have graciously granted me a glimpse of you today. O Ayans, both of you, come together. Do not stand still. Arjuna, sitting as the sage ordered, looked at Sri Krishna and said, will this boy speak to me? I will make a request. Hearing this, the sages asked Krishna, what does this boy say? Muravari said, O sages, should I make a request with the words you have taught me? This boy is asking. I will only listen to your command. Romsha laughed and said, okay, don't be afraid, my boy, listen to whatever you want. Arjuna, standing up and folding his hands, said, Sir, why are you punishing me in this open field, leaving your home? Why are you, the wise of the 3 times, doing such a terrible penance? I am asking foolishly. Please forgive me and beg for forgiveness. Romsha laughed and comforted Arjuna thus, listen, my child, the body is impermanent. It is perishing day by day, and the body does not remain. The animals are the ones who rely on the body. Knowing that this body is impermanent due to the unequaled Guru, I am in the open field. What has happened to this terrible body? We have no control over it. Arjuna said, O God, I am your servant. I will only listen to your command. Why has your body become a snake? How did trees and bushes grow in that forest? Chamundi, I forgot my body and meditated on the divine soul, and it naturally grew. My child, it will not take us away. It is not right for me to preach to those who are fickle here and there, to those who are forbidden, to those who practice religion, and to those who are lustful. Sayinda, I have told you this beautiful and difficult Raja Yoga for you. May the world be blessed for your sake, may the ocean of sorrow be washed away. And may it shine like a river of bliss. Know that this is the chest of eternal bliss. Obtain the key of this chest from the Guru, said Neela Lohit. Hearing all this, Kartikeya thought, O Shiva, how can such a joy of yoga remain in my mind? He kept the verses of Bhalalochana in his heart and meditated on the Guru, the Supreme Being, so that he would not be separated from happiness. 150